What is going on, guys? Welcome back to
Mate.
Worldwide of Reselling. You notice I'm on the gaming headset tonight because my speakers and microphone have shut themselves. So it's a good start to Wide World of Reselling. But welcome back, boys. How you been?
Good,
Mate.
man.
Good.
Are you going to control the chat with like an Xbox controller tonight?
I was going to give it a crack, but I'm not sure if I've got the quick exit button sorted on the Xbox.
Right.
So we'll leave that one to another time. But we'll just go the gaming route tonight. So we'll just see how we go. Drew, so you're still locked in the house, just going a little bit crazy.
Straight jacket.
Saw you doing some stretches just before we went on then. So you're trying to limber up ready for the chat, are you?
Been on the couch all day. I need to loosen up the joints. I've been a bit stiff today, so
yeah, it's tough indeed. Sorry to hear that it's still kicking off over there. Hopefully, they get on top of it pretty quick, and you can get back out to thrift because I know that I'd be itching by now. So we'll probably get into a little bit about that later on. We'll probably say a quick g'day to some people in the chat. We've always got a bunch of people supporting Wide World of Reselling. We appreciate everyone being here. We have Rack Raiders in the house. Jazzy's keeping us safe. Give this one to Judder.
Disney Thrifter of Oz. What's going on?
Good to see you. I always stuff that name up, so I'm glad that you've got that one covered. Chris is in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Congratulations on the 1,000 subs.
Well done, Chris.
Big milestone. I think he's trying to keep it under wraps until he ticks over a couple more. But we're going to celebrate for you tonight here, mate. Congratulations.
No, Chris doesn't drink, so I'll have an extra one for you tonight. Well,
you didn't have to twist Judder's arm too much, I can tell you. We got Paul. Go ahead, Drew. One of our regulars here.
Disgruntled octopus.
There we go.
Need the arm movement to go along with it, I think.
What's that? What's the octopus? Henry, isn't it? In Wiggles?
Henry the octopus,
yeah. I might have to get that cracking at some stage. Scotty's in the house. Good to see you, Scotty. We've got Wayne. We got Cara joining us as always. JT, a guest last week, which was also a great chat. If you haven't seen that one, head over and check that out. Plenty of knowledge dropped on that one on Funkos. I learned a lot. So thanks for joining us last week. This is one of my new fave ones to see, Aussie Spud. I believe that's one of your mates there, Flipper.
Yeah, Brod. Good to see you, brother.
Thanks for coming back. We didn't scare you away last week, so you've stuck around for week 2. We got Raucous Reg. Now, Drew, you always say you need one to warm up, so I'm going to give you this one here. Here we go.
Man, I was going to get the roll going in the back of my throat, but now I'm on the spot. Raucous Reg.
And Aussie Tip Rap, what is up? Thrifting on Style, Alex H. I'll try not to go through everyone because we'll be here forever, but we've got a bunch of people in. Joylene, Saucy Snags, Zach, Just Me, Uncle Wayno, Catlin, Adam, and that's I think we're there. So we've made it through, which is awesome.
Big crew on the park tonight.
Yeah, we've got a few in early. Thanks for joining us on a Sunday. And Sarah, is she out strolling the block with the pup?
Yep, she's just circling the block with Archie, waiting for the dog shit to come, I guess. There you go.
Thanks for taking one for the team. I don't know if it's as cold where you guys are, but I've gone the longie tonight because she's a bit cold down here in Adelaide. So I hope it's not too cold for Sarah walking that block. How are you going, Flip? Surely it's cold down your way.
Oh, it's actually the sun's been. I just come back from a big walk. Actually, I've been walking sort of just after tea each night. So it's a little bit icy, but look, we've had some pretty terrible weather down here in the past, and it's nothing on that. So we're all right at the minute.
No snow yet.
Not yet.
Quality. All right, boys. Let's get into the eBay chat. We always love to get deep in the eBay chat. So, how's the week been on eBay for you guys? Obviously, Drew, you're in lockdown, so it'll be interesting to hear from you when we get to you. But Brad, you said your weekend's been pretty solid. What about the week overall?
Yeah, week overall really good. I sort of said last week how, I was a little bit disappointed where it was at kind of last week. Things were down, and that was normal, kick over the financial year. A lot of people shopping retail, all that sort of thing. So, last couple of weeks, they've backed off a little bit, but they've still been all right. But, I made that as not getting down in the dumps. That shit was a little bit slower. It was more give myself a kick up the arse and go a bit harder. So I've done that, and I've pushed hard, and I've had a pretty epic week in total. This weekend's been insane, like some really high-end sales. Very happy with, but volume going out as well. So yeah, stoked, hitting well past the numbers that I'm expecting of myself, and yeah, I'm just looking up from here. So very happy, good week. So happy with that.
And I guess that's how you go. Hey, you either when you're slow, you get down in the dumps and you can't pick it up, or you go harder and try and get that eBay algorithm working for you. So I think you put in a call to Al, and he gave your store a little bit of a kick up the arse.
Yeah, he did. He looked after me a bit, but I've still going hard with the eBay, and sort of that hasn't changed. But I'm focusing on kind of back in the Facebook hustle and sort of chasing those sales through certain collectors, through certain groups and stuff. Just moving a bit of stuff that it's been sitting there for a little while, and I've probably got too high a price on. And as you know, it's a strategy of mine. I like the price high, chase the offers, and the stuff that I've done that with, and it had in reality, a lot of it doesn't move. So, it was time to just cut the losses and get rid of them. So a lot of that stuff going on too. So, yeah, but it's just overall worked well.
Awesome. I know we've talked privately about a little bit of the Facebook strategy, but maybe we'll talk about that a little bit later on tonight as well if we get there. But Drew, now, how long have you been in lockdown now? It's been a few weeks. Been a few weeks for you?
2 weeks on Friday, so a little bit over 2 weeks now, yeah.
We're starting to blend together.
Apparently lockdown until this Friday, I think, is the scheduled reopening, but obviously that's not going to be happening. So we bunkered down for a while now, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And how you guys been going in terms of keeping eBay moving? I suppose harder to source. Have you sort of been sourcing outside, or did you have enough stock to sort of keep it going? And how's the eBay been flowing with sort of lockdown for you?
eBay has been pretty good. Like I think last week, the same as everyone, sort of the rounding off at the end of the month, end of financial year was a bit slower than usual, but it's definitely picked up heaps more this week. But yeah, we had heaps of stock prior to going away on our holiday, which we sort of had worked through for the previous 3 weeks, knowing that we're in lockdown. That was supposed to tie us over for the duration of the initial 2-week lockdown, which is now over. So we got a few more days worth of stock left to list, and then we have to start looking at other options. Obviously, if it's going to be another month of lockdown, but eBay itself's been pretty good, considering we didn't list for like 2 weeks while we were away, and then we sort of ramped back up with a new strategy and new financial goal for the new financial year and stuff. So a new daily target to try and reach. But yeah, this first week of financial year, we're getting pretty close to that, despite like lockdown and other like restrictions that we have on us to like get going source stock or whatever. So yeah, slightly below the new target, which is encouraging considering new year, new target, we're almost hitting it. But obviously it's going to drop off over the next couple of weeks if we can't source enough to fulfill that sort of listing schedule or criteria.
Are you sort of, do you want to talk a little bit about the goal, or are you sort of holding that for your own?
It's just the same sort of, just growth over last year, just like a daily sales goal. But yeah, it's more like about the listing. I'd rather stick to like consistent listing day in, day out over the next 365 days, as opposed to like a financial number, I guess. We have a number in mind, but it's all about listing at this point. So we've got to start looking at other options for the next month.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? And I think like we just went through that sort of month of tracking our daily numbers, and they are hard to sort of, because you have limited impact on them, I suppose. But if you're consistently selling stuff and maybe you're taking a few lower offers to get that daily total through, then it is an interesting exercise. I think it really helped us sort of work out if it's something that we want to maintain ongoing, or if we want to go back to that daily listing target, or there's some changes happening here as well. So I think it's cool to see. Definitely a way to keep you on target. So hopefully you guys find some new sourcing options. Can you still you might be able to buy from auctions and get them delivered? Maybe that might be
never really done auctions before. It's probably something to look at. We did initially have the plan of spending like the weekend that just had been just going hard on Facebook, just bigger, bulkier items that are just sitting around on eBay, or household items that we have, trying to move them on Facebook. But on Friday, they sort of restricted things a lot further. So you're not supposed to go to anyone else's household. So I don't know, I just want to avoid that entirely. So that means sort of sourcing off Facebook's not an option as well. So just looking at online deals, eBay, online RA and stuff like that.
Well, it definitely sounds like you guys got the pivot in your head and know that you can do it. So Brad's been there before with their longer lockdown, and yeah, definitely I think it's kind of eye-opening in a way, because you just like you have to change to keep things moving. So yeah, pretty cool to see. Captain saying had 0 sales, then record sales, then 0 sales. The old roller coaster of eBay. Zach's offering some essential stock to anyone that needs to do some pickups. There you go. Nice shirt, Drew. Paul's about the shirt you're rocking. So very nice.
Thanks, buddy.
Mel's in the house. Good to see you, Mel. Thanks for coming along. Disgruntled Octopus, if you go around to someone's house, hide behind the shower curtain. I don't even know what to say to that. It's got me beat.
That's one option. That's one option.
if that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do. So thanks everyone for coming. Our sales, eBay's been up and down. So last week was a really good week. This week's been a bit slower. We're actually might be having to set our store away for a little bit at some point soon. So that'll be interesting to see how that rolls. But yeah, it's eBay, I guess, up and down. But a very good month and a nice end to the financial year. So pretty happy where we're at the moment. Ken's dropped in. Good to see you, Ken. Thanks for dropping in on Sunday. 48 people in the chat. That's awesome. Thanks for joining us. Must be all those people in Sydney in lockdown with not much to do. So they've come across here. So what else has been happening? Let's talk a little bit about, I guess, getting into more of that lockdown situation where you do have to sort of pivot a little bit. You said that you're kind of looking at, Facebook, but that one's been shut down. So I guess auctions is that next thing. You've done a bit of wholesale in the past as well, Drew, and I know Brad has as well. So maybe we could talk a little bit about options for people that are in lockdown. Maybe start with Brad and then head down to Drew, because I know Brad's sort of been there and Drew, you're kind of in it at the moment. So yeah, Brad, sort of without giving away too many obviously in-depth details of websites and stuff, but there are options out there, right?
100%. And I think when we copped the big lockdown the first time, it kind of opened my eyes, and it was good because it was prior to me going full time. So, that made me see other opportunities. It was a good time of growth for me, I think. And I started playing around with different things. And now, like you mentioned, the online auctions is something that I've kind of just started diving back into recently and got some really good stock from. There's heaps of so many different websites you can get on. Just Google them. Seriously, I'm not going to list them. Then, the wholesale thing was a big one for me. It was kind of a game changer. Now there's so many different ones, and it's a matter of, building up the nerve to actually go through with it. And if it's something that you do want to do, because, you don't know what you're going to get. I've had some deals, like I did a recent video on where I got all those jerseys, and that has been crazy for me. It was awesome. I'm going to do the numbers on that really soon already. Like, that was just a really good deal. But I've had some that have just sucked, and they're, it's taken so much time and effort to get through it. So it's just a learning curve when you do it the first time. But I mean, if you start doing the research, if you start networking with some of these wholesalers and stuff, simply through Instagram, there's so many different accounts just out there. You look into them, look at their website, make sure they've got a website, and just check out the reviews on them. Simple as that, because that'll tell you kind of everything. And then ask them if they can just do a video call with you. And that's what I've been doing. I've got sort of 3 regular clothing, like secondhand clothing wholesalers now, and every time I just do a video with them now. Yeah. And then it's the same. I got a guy up in Brisbane that actually sells me brand new shoes, and buy off him pretty regularly, and that was once again through networking. So that's just probably the best way, I think, is just communicate with as many people as you can. If that's a route that you want to get into, for me, that's the sort of thing that I wanted to do. But I understand that's not for everyone looking for small stuff, but there might be other resellers looking to part stuff out too. Access death pile and all that sort of stuff. So networking's key, I think.
Like Kara's saying, reach out to people through Insta. The old stock take for the stock that's fallen off eBay shelf. I know, Drew and Sarah, you went through that not that long ago and found quite a few items. It was like 70 in the end or something like that, wasn't it, Drew? It was quite a lot.
Did it like at the start of like the lockdown, like 2.5 weeks ago, we did like a sort of half-assed one at the start of the year before the garage sale. Then I did like a full cleansing the other week, and it was probably like 90 items, I'd say, out of a store of 1,600.
I would hate to think how many of ours have dropped off.
A lot have sold already as well, which is awesome.
Yeah, getting it back up and out. End of financial OA was not too shabby. Yeah, there's been some good sales out there, definitely. Toby's got some stuff to sell he wants to get rid of. We were still doing pickups in lockdown. As long as you stick to the basic rules, you're fine. There we go. That's a good one, Toby. Hit up other resellers for stock. Lots of sellers in other states who are not in lockdown can reach out for help. A lot of sellers have large death piles for sure. Buy off Facebook Marketplace by changing location to not Sydney. It's a good strategy, that one. So yeah, Drew, I guess you're kind of in that position now, and as Brad said, there's a few that he's tried, and I know you've done a little bit of wholesale in the past, and I know that sometimes it's not always the best. I think, like Brad said, having that face time with them makes a big difference, and that's what we've did on our recent lot of the North Face stuff that we bought. So yeah, I think it is an option. Is that something you guys are willing to do again? I know that the first lot you got, you weren't overly happy with. So you're sort of thinking maybe that's a route, or you're going to try and stick to other avenues?
I'm in contact with one of the Depop guys that we've done a bigger haul off him, and then like a smaller bundle off him from the US. He's just like a vintage seller. So I'm in chats with him just for another little batch of 20 or 30. But yeah, looking at that original place again, just another batch to get me through another sort of week. It's probably not as much as I'd like to list for the week, but obviously there's a limitation of funds. You don't want to spend too much on the one potential type of stock, especially if that's all I'm going to be sourcing for the next, X amount of weeks. But yeah, seeing everyone's comments in the chat, I think I might look at Facebook a bit closer. I know there's like a 10-kilometer restriction, but I'm sure there's little workarounds and stuff like that for picking up local deals.
So Wayne say
out a bit. Yeah, meet at Macca's. I'll get you a coffee on top or something. But yeah, obviously it's a bit more secure in knowing what you're getting as opposed to a sort of half mystery bundle, I guess, from some of the wholesale lots. But sort of looking at so many different options right now. I wasn't even thinking about auction houses or anything. So definitely going to look into that for this week for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of those will actually deliver to you as well. So that might work out well. And like Brad and I have both done it. So if you want to ask any questions, I'm sure we'll be able to help you out or steer you down the wrong road at some point. But it's always fun, and you can get some real bargains. Like I know Brad's been sort of flicking me a few messages here and there of some of the stuff he's been picking up, and you just like, there's still really good options out there. It's just a matter of spending the time on it, which I guess in lockdown, Drew, that's something you got plenty of time. Probably.
Well, it's that thing with the last 2 weeks. Like I said, we did like a heavy stock take and got it all listed, and then got through a death pile of probably close to 300 or 400 items. So I've been busy for the last 2 weeks, but now this week is where I'm going to have all the free time. So yeah, I'll be spending a lot of time Googling and back and forth and emails and stuff, I think.
Scouring the internet. So it's pretty interesting, and I can send some women's stuff
deals.
Yeah,
or you guys could just buy stuff so I don't have to spend more money. That's another option.
No dregs. # no dregs.
No dregs. Yeah,
gotta get the good stuff. So yeah, it's interesting, and I think it, like I said before, it does sort of opens it closes a few doors for you, but it also opens some new ones. So bit of that OA stuff, bit of RA if they do shipping. A lot of companies ship to you now as well. So some options out there. It's just a matter of Sarah's saying love you all, trying to hook them up with some stock. So yeah, hopefully things get back to normal a lot quicker. Well, the new normal, if you want to call it that, a lot sooner than expected, because it's not a fun thing to not be able to go sourcing. I definitely would be scratching that itch by now if I was in your position. So yeah, I imagine there's a lot of pacing up and down, a lot of ready to go. So hopefully thrift hashtag thrift for Drew and Sarah. We just started a new movement here. Hashtag thrift for Drew and Sarah.
There's people with no jobs. Like I was still like I'm grateful. Like obviously we're getting a bit of government support and stuff because we're a small business, but because I went full time at the start of the year, we didn't hit that 75K sort of threshold for a lot of financial support they're giving out. So I'm getting paid off government and stuff, as well as making a little bit extra money on eBay, which is sort of the icing on the cake, I guess, that I do have another avenue to make sales. Although I can't source stuff, I can still make sales, which is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm losing my mind, not just thinking about not being an option.
It's hard.
Zach
Zach has heaps to sell.
Zach has heaps to sell. That was confusing as
I was
like, Zach's a sheep to sell. I was like, I didn't know you were stocking sheep these days, but that's not even how you sell
sheep.
Crazy. Got any Prince shirts, Drew? There's someone trying to buy something off your live.
I had a fake one that I redonated a little while ago, but would be way too small for you, Uncle Wayno. Way too small. And it was pink, so it was purple. It was purple rain, yeah.
Wayno would look good. I'd love to see Wayno in a purple and pink shirt. I think
I reckon he'd rock it. He'd go pretty hard.
With just like the crew neck just like split in the middle, just like almost bursting through.
Bit of Jack Black style, I reckon. He'd pull that off. I just wanted to point out JT has drawn the $20 gift voucher or PayPal credit, and it was Aussie Spud who took out the winnings from last week's episode. So make sure you get in touch with JT's Funky Finds now. Change your name, chuck the Y in there instead of the O. So new rebrand for JT. Head over and pick up your $20 gift voucher. And thanks to JT for bringing that to the show last week. That was really cool of you to offer that to our awesome crew of people that come here every week and give us support. And sometimes they even show up on the weeks we're not here. So thanks for supporting us. Often if we miss a Sunday, I get a message, you guys live tonight? And I'm like, oh no, we're missing this week. It's like there's an episode from last week though. Just check that one out. I'd be lost without an op shop or G sale. Yeah, for sure. Wouldn't care what size.
I'll keep an eye out for you, Wayno. Around my house, I guess.
Zach says the sheep have to go. The flock are on the market. So there we go. I would put on a catwalk trophy. Apparently, I don't know how to speak. I think it's
too many frothies.
I wish that was the case, but it's definitely not. All right, boys, let's get into sale of the week. It's a little bit early, but we want to hear from everyone in the chat what their sale of the weeks are. We've got some pretty cool ones here tonight. I'm really excited to share these. Brad, you've actually pulled out one of your old systems here by the looks of it. I just want to get this one up for you because looks like you pulled one out of your back shed there, mate, that you used to play when you were a young fella. What are you doing here?
I lost the Barbie game that came with it.
Yeah. Played it too many times, mate.
No, this one I picked up this week. I bought out someone's collection of video games. They hit me up. They watched my YouTube. And I actually played junior footy with him about 20 years ago. And he sent me a message. He said he watched a couple of videos and he just said, I've seen now this is something I'll probably talk a little bit about in a future video if I show this off. I did film a bit of it. But it was basically me kind of talking about, telling everyone that we're resellers. It's just back to that old, old conversation again, because something I do now, I just kind of advertise on my personal Facebook, which is I don't promote. Well, I mean, I've shared a YouTube video maybe once or twice, but, I always share my business and what I do and what I buy. And I've got so much good stock from that because genuinely people they want to help you out. They want to get your stock. Yeah. And especially in times like this, for people that are locked down, it might be the perfect time to chuck an advertisement up on your personal Facebook or your personal Instagram, just saying this is what you do. You're struggling to find some stock and, you might be able to snag a few good goodies out of some people. But anyway, I bought this lot and I put this up for $250 because that was kind of the going rate. The comps were telling me 250 and I chucked a little cheap game with it. And within a few hours, I got an offer of, for whatever reason, $207.45. So, Yeah, I took the offer because I paid $800 for the whole lot, and fuck me dead, there's a lot of shit there. It's going to take me weeks to list it all. I got 4 big boxes. I've got there's about 5 PlayStations. There's a few Xboxes. There's all boxed consoles. There's over 200 games. You know, there's just so much stuff. And I've already sold quite a bit of that stuff this weekend. So yeah, it's a
That's
very
awesome.
quick sale. Very happy with that. I didn't realize pink PlayStations go for good money.
Big bolo, the pink PlayStations. We've had 1 or 2 in the past, and they sell real quick. So, that's awesome.
Quick question: you couldn't find a more suitable game to go with the pink console?
Yeah, I thought that after I did it. I was like, I put it up, and I thought I'm too far gone to be retaking photos. So I just chucked that in there.
He just put like the most violent game he could find.
Yeah. Hopefully, a young girl's picked that one up, and she can start shooting some people up.
Keeping on the gaming theme, Chris sold some vintage Mario bag, paid $2.70, sold for $250 to the US. There we go. Oh. That's a big sale. I had a pervy anime bought for $6, sold for $150. That is a bang. Finally sold my Ric Flair large box figure for $50. That one didn't happen to go to Robbie, did it? $220 paid all up. Yeah, that's a nice little sale there. Agreed, Jada. I had a friend on Facebook reach out today with bags of free books. I haven't seen this girl for 10 years, but she reached out. That's awesome. I just want to get rid of this. I don't know how to do that. There we go. Friend gave me a bunch of vintage teen romance books. One lot 27 and second lot 80, sold in 24 hours. There we go.
Love them ones.
All right, we'll get into Drew's sale of the week, and let's see if we can get it here. Tell us about these bad boys. That is very cool.
Yeah, so I picked up this little set of Batman plush. Plushes are one of those things that we get from time to time. They usually just end up in Archie's mouth because we get them for $1 and we're like, yeah, if they don't comp out, we'll give them to Archie. So he ends up getting them, but these ones, obviously, they're a bit more valuable based on, obviously, the dates stamped on their feet and stuff like that. So 4 of them were actually from 1998. And then one of them, I think the Batman itself was the odd one out. So just listed up both years there just to not confuse potential buyers. But we paid $2 each for these. So $10 in, and they sold for 70 plus post. And yeah, we don't really pick up plush that much, but you got to love picking things up like that. You don't have to spend too much time in the listing process or measuring or anything like that. But yeah, I think we made about 50 net on that. So what's that? $10 a plush net. Got to be happy with that.
Yeah, and I don't know what's going on with that Joker there. He's looking a bit funny, but it's a cool little sale. He's got a big smirk on his face there. So
it does look fake now that I look at it, but I'm pretty sure they were legit.
I'm sure they are. He just looks funny.
Oh, he's got a big grin. Like
yeah. No, I wasn't saying they look fake at all. Not at all. He's just enjoying himself. Let's put it that way.
Time.
Where am I? Here I am. And for us, keeping on the gaming theme again, I sold one of my personal collection, actually, Paper Mario N64 rare game. So if you ever see this one, it is selling for really good money at the moment. A couple years ago, it was only about $100. So I was just sort of comping out some of my collection that I don't use or don't really want, and I saw this one was going for really good money, so I threw it up and it sold within 24 hours. So very happy with that. Keep an eye out for Paper Mario. There's some other really good ones on N64. Conker's Bad Fur Day and StarCraft are probably your other two that you need to be keeping your eye out for, and Snowboard Kids 2. So happy with that one. Yeah.
Snowboard Kids was good.
Yeah, I don't think I ever got to play Snowboard Kids 2, but I definitely played Snowboard Kids 1. So, yeah, back in the day, before and after GoldenEye, I think we used to chuck it on here and there.
My brother had it, and he was always the greedy one, so I never got to play. I don't know if I told this story before. You just had to sneak in when he wasn't home and play like the first round of every game, and then scurry back to my room rather. And yeah, very limited memories of the N64. Like 30-minute slots is all I had to play it.
Yeah, it's odd because I never actually had an N64, but all my friends had them. So I had the NES, which is why the NES collection exists. But I always used to go to my mate's house and play N64, which is what got me hooked on N64 because there was so many good games on it. But nostalgia for sure. It's an expensive hobby, the old N64, but if you can find the stuff out there, garage sales or even on some auctions, you can do really well on it. So keep an eye out. Any more sales from the chat would be cool if anyone else has any other ones. A bunch of my friends have been giving me stuff after watching my vids. That's awesome. Kara's saying they like to shoot people as well. So, just keep that in mind. Pew pew. I had an Atari. Mel smashed out the old Atari. That's awesome. I think I've got one. Yeah, my uncle actually bought me the NES. I do remember that for Christmas once. So that was a good Christmas, that one. I think when I first started playing NES, I was playing Super Mario Brothers, where you just run along, jump, and all that sort of crap. And every time I jumped, I would reef the cord back like I was trying to jump with the console instead of pressing the button. Yeah, there a lot of times I reefed it out of the slot and had to start all over again. And
had to wait 20 years for the wireless controller to come out.
Yeah, I was just ahead of my time. That's what it really was. So any other sales in the chat? Always awesome to hear what everyone else is selling, especially new year, new financial year. Hope everyone's sales start picking up or continue to go well like Brad's are, because
tax returns coming in too. People are getting their tax returns, so they're going to start spending up. So get those items on eBay.
Yeah, for sure. Zach, we love GoldenEye. We even played it high and drunk at schoolies on Gold Coast back in the day. Wow, that's awesome. I had an Atari as well. There we go. Finn, vintage Carlton Blues beanie picked up for 3, sold for 60. Thanks for being here, Finn. I think that's the first time I've seen you in the chat. So if there are new people watching and you haven't said hello, make sure you say hello. It's always cool to see who's about and who's new watching. So let us know you're here and where you're from. It's always cool to hear where everyone's watching from. So Jazz has only ever had Harry Potter 1 for PC. She has been trying to get a hold of that game and smashed on the new PC, but the new PC is too overpowered for it, so it won't actually play it, which is it's a problem. So we'll have to just buy the oldest PC we can find and get it cranking, I reckon. Oz Riley sold a Marantz DV7600 Super Audio CD DVD True Surround Player. Wow, that was a mouthful. $500. Marantz is an absolute quality band.
Oz Riley's always selling awesome shit.
Like I remember
high-end.
Yeah, I remember the $5 thrift challenge. Some of the sales he had coming through for that were pretty awesome. So
must have some good knowledge going on there.
We might have to get something like that cranking again once all the lockdowns are done, I reckon. Bit of a new challenge, I reckon. Get everyone back out there on the hunt, enjoying the thrift. I have the stick and ball plug-in TV. No name game should have kept that one. That's pretty awesome. I had Frogger Hercules demo. Was that on PS1, I reckon, maybe?
I think we're doing PS1,
yeah. Miss Rack Raider bought cheap Levi's of David Jones for 40. Didn't like the fit. Sold for 90 plus shipping. There you go. David Jones, RA. There's a hot tip for you.
I thought they went under like 10 years ago, but anyway.
David Jones goes to schoolies, plays video games. I think that's probably what I would have.
That's ironic.
Our first console was a PS2, I think. Simpsons Hit and Run, a very, very good game if you find that one. Punching randoms and harassing prostitutes on GTA, good times.
So, Cara, that hasn't changed for me. I still do that. I just don't do it on GTA. That's how I spend my Saturday nights.
Wow. Bought a bag of 26 2001 Bratz dolls and accessories for 25. I've sold 7 and made over $500. Now that is a cha-ching. That is awesome. Wholesome. It's quality. We've gone deep into console chat here, but we all have a little bit of nostalgia. Wow, nostalgia for video games. So that's why they sell so well. We sold last week a McLeod's Daughter soundtrack for 35 plus 30 shipping to Canada. Jada down the corner with trench coat on. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to run into Jada with a trench coat on a corner. I think I'd probably walk around him at a wide angle
You probably have like an AFL jersey on underneath or something anyway.
Yeah.
Goes for the flash, and it's just a Western Bulldogs match worn jersey.
Not this week. Not this week. We're not talking footy this week.
You got rolled, did you, mate? You got rolled.
We'll jump off that topic this week.
I think we need to go deeper. We got rolled as well, so we won't. That happens most week for us, though.
We'll skip the footy.
All right, let's get deep into dog shit. It's almost that time. We might as well head in that direction. We've got our boy squeezing old eBay out, ready to go. There's dog shit. Where's our little pop up? There we go. We'll give that one a run as well. Oh, landed on Drew's head. That's quality. That's how Drew's feeling at the moment. I reckon a bit of dog shit on the head, but he's powering on.
Most days, yeah.
Jersey and no pants. Wow, that's interesting. Suzanne, hi, watch you guys for all your channels and really enjoy them. Quick question. I have some really old vintage caps that aren't in the best condition, but unsure if I should try to sell them. Vintage caps will still sell. You can try and clean them up, obviously, but even the lower quality ones still do well, Drew, in the vintage community. Hey, like they still can sell.
Guys will go to great lengths to restore them. Like they'll just rip rims off or the snapbacks off them and swap them out and stuff like that. They'll Frankenstein those hats for sure. I would look into it. Look at maybe some Facebook groups. But yeah, vintage hats will go if they're, especially the sports ones or like promo ones, beer ones, stuff like that. They'll all go.
Yeah, for sure. I've got a cat trying to jump in on the chat here, but that's okay. Yeah, definitely have a look around. You'll definitely get to definitely make some money there. Dog shit is my life right now. That's not good to hear, Zach. Hope everything improves. Here's the cat.
Virtual hugs, brother. We love you. We love you, Zach.
Doing well. Apparently, Lucky wants to join in the chat. It's not ideal. Go. Be free. Yeah, look after yourself, buddy. If you have anything, you know where everyone is, and you can reach out and we'll have a chat as always. Dog shit. Apparently, it's more cat shit at the moment because she's coming to join us. Brad, dog shit of the week. You got anything for us this time? No. Dog
constipated. Shit. Nothing come out. All good.
I'm not sure constipation is quite what you want, but we'll.
Nothing comes out. Clean slate on the eBay front this week. No dog shit. The laptop guy that I spoke about last week with the keyboard and shit, he's done a return, but he didn't actually open a return, so it's not sitting on my account. He just asked for my address. So I gave him my address, and he sent it back and sent me the tracking number. So that's on the way. So it hasn't affected me whatsoever. I'll just refund him. And, yeah, that was a weird one, but that's kind of last week's dog shit. Yeah, we're all good here. All good.
Drew, apart from probably cutting about 600 laps around the house, you got any dog shit for us at the moment?
No, eBay's been good as always. We love my good friend Al and all his associates.
I feel like Drew keeps it very positive. So if eBay happen to find this video, they're like, all right, we'll keep Drew's store going. Everyone else, we're going to shut him down.
I'm pretty hard to get riled up, to be honest, unless it's like something very minor and insignificant, in which case I will blow the whole house down. But eBay, it's been pretty good this week. Obviously, the sales are ticking through and stuff. No dog shit. There's no outstanding payments that I can think of. No returns. Did get one message earlier tonight to ask if I could send some photos of jeans on. So that's about as weird or potential dog shit that we'll have anytime soon. I know we don't get any weirdo messages compared to Judder and some others in the chat. So if I get really bored, I might respond to it for the week, but no real dog shit to report. No.
Just make sure they're like really small on you, Drew, and just get them on and just give him what he wants, really.
You reckon fly up or no fly? Just
let it all hang out. Sort him out.
Well, just one or both, right?
Go. Yeah, that's it. That's quality. I haven't had a message like that in a little while, so I'm pretty happy about that. For us, we had 3 returns in one day, which was a bit dog shit. One lady just didn't like 2 items that she got, so she's returning those. And I can't remember what the other one was, just a wrong size, I think. But that's eBay. And 3 out of, I don't know how many sales that week is pretty low, really. And you got to look at it over the long haul, I guess, instead of just an isolated incident. But having 3 open returns on the account never looks nice. And I don't enjoy it because I feel like it does stifle the store a little bit, and we have a slower weekend. So we'll see what happens going forward. But no real dog shit that I can think of. But yeah, it'd be interesting to hear from the chat if anyone else has any dog shit. I saw Wayno saying he likes cats, but he couldn't eat a whole one. There you go. And then he said, let's be honest, I probably could. Sounds weird. Just trying to move all my stuff, but currently in lockdown and moving to Queensland at the end of the next month and can't take everything with us. Yeah, it's tough. What if you took it to an auction house? That might be a good option, actually. Take it direct to an auction house and get them to sell it for you. If
there's other resellers close to you in the community that need stock, could maybe do a door drop-off, door pickup.
I'll take your basketball cards, Zach, if you want to get rid of those, mate.
Captain's not touching the eating cat talk for fear of prosecution. Female. I just want to read this before I read it. A female friend got asked by a random guy on Facebook if the women's shoes she were selling smelled bad, and if not, did she have any? The old shoe fetish, eh? Old foot fetish. People actually make pretty good money off that, and I've also seen the old used underwear go for some good money as well if you get desperate, I suppose. I had someone threaten feedback extortion. I won. Yeah, that is dog shit. There are some absolute rubbish buyers on eBay, and unfortunately they seem to travel across people's stores. So
do you reckon it's hard for someone that if they get to restart a new store like that, if it's just a real horrible buyer, obviously one of the ones that Judda had was talking about some deep dark stuff. If that person got reported, how easy do you reckon it is to get them reestablished? I know for a seller, if you get shut down, they sort of take your whole IP address down with it. If you have multiple stores linked, do you reckon it'd be easy for them to open up a new account?
I reckon they'd definitely find a way around it. And I reckon they probably don't track buyers as much as they do sellers. That's what true. Because I don't know. It's just how I feel about it. Here's an anti-dog shit. We had someone buy something full price instead of the offer we sent them. So we had a $179 item that we offered $149. They bought it for $179 and said, "Oh, I wanted to buy this for $149," but they'd already paid for it. And then they said, "Don't worry about it. I'll just pay $179." So I'll take the extra $30. Dog shit for the week as a buyer is some condescending that I bought an 8-track cassette off and it failed first time play. Told me it was my fault for playing it. Had to get eBay to step in. Wow. The cards are packed, Drew. Yeah, couldn't quite get your hands on those ones, unfortunately. I told her to block him, but she wanted the money. Get the cash.
Yeah, she could have got a whole lot more money out of him too. She had extra shoes or just wanted to model them or something like that.
Bring in the extra money.
Hustling. It's hustling.
You charge your own rate with that stuff. You get paid to see this.
Exclusive. So if anyone else has any dog shit of the week, please drop it in. We don't love to hear dog shit, but we enjoy sharing the dog shit around so we can all spread the love a little bit. Just like we love
spread the dog shit around.
Yeah, just smother it around.
We just love spreading around.
It's like waffle stomp it, get it down the drain.
That's where we can come to vent. That's like for me, I vent to my missus. She gets a shit because she doesn't give a fuck. I can come here and vent about these, soppy little things that are pretty pathetic. But I can whinge about it here, and you people all understand. We all go through the same stuff, and we just want to hear each other's dog shit. We all go through it.
Yeah, it's a bit cathartic, I suppose. Bit of
release
sharing.
Per se, an actual release.
There we go. Getting rid of the shit. 50 in the chat, which is awesome. Thanks, guys, for coming. We do appreciate you guys being here. Yeah, smash the thumb while you're here. It's great to see the channel tick along like this, and you guys coming back every week to show us support, especially with us sort of chopping and changing when we're available or not, but we do appreciate you guys being here. I'm not sure about next week at this stage, so the boys will have a chat after and work out if we're going to do something or not, but do appreciate you guys being here. We're at 45 minutes, so we might as well do a quick run around of sort of what's coming up for everyone, and then last sort of 10 minutes maybe we'll just talk a little bit more shit. But Brad, you said you got a nice little haul there, so you're going to give us a bit of a show and tell sometime this week?
I don't know if it'll be this week. I sort of filmed it, but I got a lot of footage filmed. I've got about 4 or 5 videos worth filmed that I've just simply got to edit and upload. So I suppose it's not really priority as such. I don't know. I haven't actually decided what the hell I'm doing this week. There'll be a video. It'll be probably Thursday again. I'm still on that kind of 1 video a week theme at the minute. I do want to get back to the 2 videos, but at the moment, business and life comes first. So, look, I have no idea what's coming out this week. There will be a video. I haven't decided. I haven't done like a sold video for a while. I'm probably due to do one of those, whether it's just showing off some items or back to the whole what sold in a previous thrift video. I might drop one of those because I've done 2 of them and I wanted to do them a bit more regularly. And there was a couple there that I've probably missed now because they've dropped that out of that 3-month cycle. So I'll have to come forward a bit. And, I might drop one of those this week even.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that because it kind of gives you that understanding of like, what you've actually sold from that pickup and how long it took you to sell it. So that's a good little setup for sure. I did see another dog shit drop in. Arm sore from COVID vax. That's not what you want. Judder surprise. I'm not sure we want a Judder surprise, but we'll leave that one. Another sale, but waiting on payment and no communication. How often does this happen? Yeah, too often. Luckily with the cancel option, you can do buyer has not paid, and it just cancels it, and you can relist it straight away. I still don't know if it leaves them a ding, but I'm assuming it does, because why would they set up that way if it doesn't? So
yeah. Have you had any? I know I brought it up a couple of weeks ago, and you guys notified me of how you can do that now. Have you guys had any kickback from buyers that you've cancelled or anything from doing that so far? Or
no, not at all. I just leave it for about 7 days, and then I'll send them a message and say, do you still want this or not? And if they haven't responded by the next day, I'll just cancel it. And then if they want to buy it, they can buy it again. But
as soon as it hits at 4 days for me, they're done. Fuck off. I can't be bothered with you.
Yeah. Kara's got hers on auto cancel.
Auto. Damn, savage.
I quite often get buyers actually hit me up, and they're just like they'll buy something and then they'll tell you I'll pay next week.
Yeah,
and I tell them it's on auto cancel. I just say it's after 4 days it'll cancel, and you're more than welcome to purchase again when you got the money. I don't know why people purchase it and then want to put it on hold. So I tell them that. I had one guy tell me that I could change that in my settings, and I said, I don't know how to. It said how it is. Deal with it, and then he copped a ding. So if it cops a ding, I don't know if it does, but it's as soon as that 4 days is up, I love it. Nothing makes me happier than to get rid of them.
Would you prefer to cancel than get the actual payment though? Is it satisfying?
Obviously, I'd rather the payment, but when they leave me hanging and it's at 4 days, generally, if you're at 4 days and they haven't paid and haven't communicated with you. Like after the 24 hours, I'll drop that automated message, whatever it is, the generic payment reminder. I'll send them that. And if they don't respond to that, then,
go on skis.
Off you fuck.
Jazz has brought up a good point here. The worst is when they pay and then say don't ship it. So we have 1 day handling. We had a guy buy a CD off us and said, don't ship it till Thursday. And this was on a Monday. And we're like, well, we can't because we'll literally get a ding for that. So luckily it was an untracked. So what we did is we marked it as track and then sent it on Thursday. As sent, sorry. We marked it as sent and sent it on Thursday because apparently he wasn't going to be home to get it. And I was like, luckily it wasn't a tracked one because otherwise I would have just sent it and too bad. But not ideal.
I got caught with that early days. I had someone, this is going back a couple of years ago now when I was pretty fresh on it. They asked the same thing and I just did it, not realizing that would affect my account. And I did the right thing, but according to eBay, it wasn't the right thing, and it was a late shipment defect.
Yeah,
it's like 2 weeks late.
That is dog shit. That one, that is a true dog shit. Drew, anything coming up for you guys on the channel or on the podcast?
Yeah, so I haven't edited it yet, but we filmed some stuff for just like a vlog for the week last week. Obviously, no real sourcing or thrifting content, so we're just trying to find things to film around the house. So we got like a PSA basketball card submission back, so we talked about that for a little bit. Just some cooking stuff and a little bit of a what sold. It's a bit of a mishmash vlog that hopefully comes out tomorrow afternoon, and then we have a pod coming out on Tuesday, which is about NFTs and digital art and collecting, and sort of a little introduction, a taster introduction to NFT world for people that have heard of it but aren't too familiar with what it is or any of the major projects and stuff like that. So something a bit different.
Definitely listening to that one. I'm aware of them, but have no idea what it actually, what the actual good route on it is. So I'm definitely be tuning into that one to have a listen. So that's very cool. NFTs, the new art of the world, right?
The digital art artwork.
Yeah, there we go. There's a lot of people getting onto it, and Gary V talks it up every time he gets a chance. So who knows? Who knows what the future's going to bring? Kari's saying, can't be bothered with that. Buy your item. Oh man, Kara's on a tear. She's home alone, so she's all focused on the chat. For us this week, we actually have probably one of our most exciting videos I think ever. So I'm really excited to put that out on Friday. We'll be probably filming it tomorrow and putting that together. So I won't go into any detail here, but there's some big changes coming to the channel. So definitely get onto the top of that one. I might even do it as a premiere just to get a bit of interaction in the chat going, but we'll see how we go. Friday, 8 o'clock. I tried a 7 o'clock release this week and it didn't work, so I won't be doing that again. 8 o'clock on Friday. So stay tuned for that one. Most exciting ever. No jokes. Yeah. Not jokes. Yeah. So I'm really excited to share that with you guys. So yeah, that's coming up. As we said, Wide World of Reselling, chat to the boys afterwards. Not sure if we're going to be here next week or we'll be back the week after with a guest. But yeah, make sure you get over to the boys' channels, give them a sub, leave some comments, check out Drew and Sarah's podcast as well. I have linked the channels in the description. I don't think the podcast is there, unfortunately. I have to start including that so people can get over there. It's on multiple platforms though, so you can check that one out whenever you want. Good for listening to you while you're having a thrift or driving to the thrift. So make sure you head over to that one. 5 minutes to go, boys. So if you guys have anything you want to touch on before we head off, or you want to bring anything up for the future, or anything you want to say before we head off on the Sunday?
Can we play that cricket game in the background?
Yeah, that's the old SNES Super Cricket, that one. It's actually a pretty hard to come by variation of the box. So
that's the one where you can just keep
how's that?
Yeah, you can do it like 1,000 times, right?
Yeah, that's the one. That's
so
the
good.
one. And you just slog sixes all day long. Yeah. What were you going to say, Brad, before?
No, nothing. I was just going to say, stay safe, everyone. It's in lockdown. Make sure you're still having a crack at sourcing and not getting too down on yourself because you'll be out of there soon.
Jazz has asked for a fave inspirational quote. That's put me on the spot. I don't even know about that one.
Favorite inspirational quote.
I love you, Jenny.
Favorite inspirational quote would be, keep making your mum proud.
Oh, there we go. Look, Mum, 2019 onwards.
Yes.
That's a tough one. I don't even know if I have like a favorite quote. I think for me, the things that really, like when I read stuff, which I'm not a great reader, and I hear people talking about finding what works for you and then like just scaling that. So just being able to really identify how you work and then working on that and just consistently putting in the effort. It's not really a quote, but it's just a a way to live, I suppose. That's probably one of my favorites. Any in the chat? Buy your shit and fuck off.
Yeah.
Wow. Inspire us, or we rage quit. Getting a touch the electric fence, never walk away wondering. I don't know about that.
What?
Do you have one, Brad? Do you have anything to add to that, or are you just gobsmacked like the rest of us?
I'd rather touch the electric fence than piss on it. If you've ever pissed on one of them, you'll know why I'm saying that. But off the top of my head, I think I'm too cooked myself tonight to think one off the top of my head. Does it have to be inspirational? Can it just be like a movie quite differently?
Go for it.
Is my all-time favorite for any Con Air fans? Put the bunny back in the box. I love it. That's it. Why didn't you just put that bunny back in the box? That's it for me. That's all I've got.
Just me. I think my thumb's broken. It won't turn blue. She's trying to get us some extra thumbs up. So smash it on the way out. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Gems Closet Gems has just woken up in the US, I'm presuming. So thank you for coming. We are about to wrap it up. Thanks, everyone, for coming. We had 50 pretty much all the way through. So that's a great turnout. We really appreciate everyone being here. If anyone has any good stock for Drew, hit him up over on Instagram. The boy needs some love. So sort him out with some good stock. We'll be back, maybe not next week, but definitely the week after on Wide World of Reselling. Same place, same faces, with maybe an addition. But stay tuned for what's coming up on all the channels, and we will see you next time on Wide World of Reselling.
Future Sunday.
That's a future Sunday. That's it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you all being here. See you later.
See you, chat. Stay